Hello everyone, JG here. Welcome to part 5 of the Blizzard Audiobook series. If you'd like to follow along, there's a link to the Blizzard in the description. Now, all that being said, let's get started. Act 4. Rex the Red Panda. Karol and Shadow ran as fast as they could out of the village. Karol made an ice path on the ground as usual, so wherever he was going to go, he greatly increased his speed by skating. The villagers all looked at them, confused as they sped out of the village gates and back into the forest. Shadow skated around trees and rocks like water taking the shape of his container, while Karol was performing a similar strategy but with his ice path. As they kept getting closer, the jet started to shake, as if it was going to explode. Shadow knew they had little to no time to save that jet, but he got an idea of how to reach it. "Karol!" Shadow yells. "Maybe a ramp of ice! I know how to reach that jet!" Karol thought he was crazy, but every time he thought that, Shadow always knew what he was doing. So Karol sped to a nearby log slightly to the left of the jet and made an ice ramp. Shadow boosted full speed towards the ramp so that he went flying in the air to the jet. Then Shadow went past the jet and angled himself toward its front. "Chaos Control!" Shadow yelled as he used his powers to momentarily stop time. He landed on jet and approached the opening of the plane to rescue its pilot. When Shadow opened the cockpit, he saw that the pilot was a black and red panda with a long tail, gray gloves, brown shoes, gray socks, a backpack, and a leather vest. Shadow could not get a good look of his face because he was wearing sunglasses. The panda appeared distressed and scared for his life. Just as Shadow hit the ground and set the panda down, like the feeling of bringing one's head out of deep water, time resumed. Karol soon caught up to Shadow and yelled, "That was crazy!" Then he saw the red panda standing there with his back toward them. The panda was confused about how he got down from the jet, wondering if he was dead, or some higher being had transported him at the last moment out of the jet before it crashed. "Who's this guy?" Karol asked. Then the panda, realizing that there were people behind him, turned around and saw the ultimate life form standing there. Then, with a look of awe on his face, the panda took off his sweat-stained glasses, revealing his bright yellow eyes. You're... That happy panda started with excitement the child on his birthday. "Of course! It all makes sense! You're Shadow the Hedgehog!" The panda laughed. "Wow! Chaos Control! Shadow! I can't believe you actually took the time to save me! You saved the world how many times now? You're like the greatest hero ever! Second only to Sonic, of course." Shadow's look somehow turned even more stern. "Thank you so much for saving me," the panda added. "Trust me," Shadow said in a harsh tone. "If it wasn't for that fox person I saw by your jet, I would not have saved you." "Fox person?" the panda questioned, confused. "The only fox person I see around here is that one behind you there." Then he waved to Karol. Karol, confused, waved back. "Oh, forgive me," the panda shouted. "Haven't introduced myself yet. My name is Rex. I'm a red panda, as you could probably tell. I was exploring this world for who knows how long, gathering up its secrets and prophecies, and then Rex caught sight of the ice ramp Karol made. He looked at the ramp, then looked at Karol. "You," he said, looking at Karol. "Did you make that?" Karol nodded. Then he made an ice dagger in his hands to show his power. Rex was astonished. "Speak of the Devil Doom!" Then he pulled out a smartphone and beckoned Shadow and Karol to come over. "Have either of you seen..." Rex said as he swiped through his pictures. "This!" It was the same image Shadow saw in the Cave of the Forgotten Kingdom, with the dragon, beams, and the fox. All of it. "Yes," Shadow said. "We know of this image. Somehow I have something to do with it," Karol said. "That's exactly right," Rex laughed. "That's why I've been looking for you all over." Shadow remembered the fox-like creature he saw at the plane. Maybe she led to this meeting somehow. "I guess she's not done with me yet," Shadow thought. "Now," Rex said, zooming in on the picture. "Do you know what that is?" Rex zoomed in to the dark red gem to the left of the dragon. "It looks like a red stone," Karol said. "Indeed," Rex explained. "Do you see how it appears to be pushed in like that?" Shadow and Karol both nodded. "I suspect that the real version of this stone must be placed there." Then Rex spoke in a more serious tone. "I once had that stone. It is called the Molaxum. It was given to me by an old friend." Rex paused, looked down, shook his head, looked back up, and smiled. "I apologize," the panda said. "It was given to me by an old friend who passed away several years ago." "I'm very sorry," Karol said. "It's okay," Rex replied cheerfully. "I've long since been over it. But anyway, it was stolen from me by some strange goons about 6 months ago. I think they wanted it because the stone has the power to fatally manipulate time and space. Maybe they wanted to find a way to increase its power." "Did these goons come from the doctor?" Shadow asked. "The doctor?" Rex replied. "Eggman," Shadow clarified. "Oh, Eggman, of course," Rex shouted. "No, they were tiger mercenaries. Nothing like what Eggman would use." Shadow nodded. "Anyway," Rex continued, "ever since then, I've been trying to find a way to get it back. Then, about a month ago, I discovered that mural in a cave at the Sky Temple on the North Star Islands." "The North Star Islands?" Shadow asked. "I found mine in an abandoned kingdom not too far from here." "That's strange," Rex said. "Maybe whoever made this made many, because they didn't want their secrets getting lost." Rose continued. "Ever since I saw the mural, I've tried to find out all I could about the prophecy. Now that those beams are shooting out everywhere, I've been zooming across my sky in my jet, trying to find one and see if it can show me any information. Then, when my engine started to malfunction, I thought I was a goner. Then, I met you two." We might know someone who knows what happened to your stone, Karol said, smiling. Really? Rex asked curiously. Who? This strange Supreme jumped me in a village not too far from here. Shadow and I used her powers to beat and capture her. She said nothing while I questioned her, but since she attacked me for virtually no reason, we think that she may know something of the prophecy. She calls herself the Mistress of the Wind, Shadow added. Oh, Esther! Rex shouted. Esther? Karol asked. Yeah, I ran into her skulking around in the forest a while back. I tried to ask her a few questions, but she disappeared. Afterward, I did a little digging online, and I found out that she's a bounty hunter named the Mistress of the Wind, and she works primarily for this guy called Magnopus. I know him, Shadow said after a moment of silence. I've had a few encounters with him in the past. He's a snow leopard who's very wealthy and even more dangerous. He competes with the Doctor as the top crime boss in the world, and he has practically every bounty hunter wrapped around his finger. With Esther being the top one, Rex added. I found her name due to her profile being linked at this orphan card at this place called Dory the Duck's Orphanage. Turns out the place was destroyed with a whole village not too long ago. So she's an orphan too, Karol said, intrigued. Orphan or not, if she knows something about the prophecy, we need answers, Shadow said. Agreed, said Rex. Perhaps she'll say something this time if all three of us go to her with your new information. The three then set back out for the village.